talking about? You know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about, you know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know? What are you talking about, you know?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter.
If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl...
Oh, excuse me. It was my keys. Yes. Oh, excuse me.
Caleb is here picking up his grill, 6-piece top. He ordered it last Black Friday. What you say, Caleb?
Fire, bro. Come back. Get you some deals.
Caleb is here picking up his grill, 6-piece top.
Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Hey, it's Pioneer chicken. Pioneer chicken.
Okay, go. No. Okay, go.
That's like a Raptor 700, bro. Is this fast?
A Raptor 700? Dude, that's sissy stuff. This is a Polaris 350, bro. Dude, this thing is hotter than a $5 pizza. Dude, I fit all kind of women on this thing. If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. If she ain't 310, she ain't a win. And if she got a double chin, give her to a friend. Dude, I be always riding, dude. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna get into. I don't even know how to live life without being successful.
Yeah. What's up, fellas? Welcome to a Sunday afternoon edition. There's a whole lot to talk about and nothing to talk about, but let's get to the people in the building. Salute to all the boxing fans. We got Ghost, Frank the Tank. Yep, it's me, baby. Jazzaman, Turkey calling out Benevidez bluff. That's what we're going to talk about. Who Matador, the menstrual monster getting called out on his lies. I seen that, yep. Salute Pounds, yep, a real one. Matador, everybody giving everybody props. I love to see it. They hate to see it. We love to see it. You know, Impala in the building, hashtag CCD. Salute to the real ones. Saludos, Fight Fury Films. Okay. Tyson Fury fans. Salute, brothers. Yep, what's up? Jay Will, one of my favorite haters, I think. I don't know, man. He accused me of a lot. Cuck on premiere of Devin. Is it already out? Okay. So salute. So, last week we did the whole Canelo thing. I have the clip, the Fight Hub TV, but everybody seems to be editing it. I don't have the full clip. I would like to play it, but I'm just going to talk about it. Well, we seen what happened last week, right? And Canelo melted the internet because he claimed to want $200 million. And, everybody's running with that. They're calling him a duck, and it's fair. I mean, he said what he said. He said David brings nothing to the table. I get that. But, I'm going to drop the link. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to hop on. I'm not going to keep dropping it. So if you want to hop on, you're going to have to let me know. Damn. Sometimes I forget how to do it. Okay. So, yeah, man, Canelo's out here looking real bad. We got Ryan doing his thing. And I guess Ryan and Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia made up today. I guess they were all smoochy boochies, kissing and hugging. And you got to see it, man. Mexicans unite. You know what I mean? Drinking my beer, man. Drinking my Modelo. Hope you guys got yours. But I did this because we got the PBC fights coming up. We got that. There was a late replacement, Sebastian Fundora. And then we got who else? Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz on the undercard. So we got that going. So we do got some boxing, and I think there's one other fight. Is it Oscar Valdez? Yeah, Oscar Valdez and Liam Wilson. So we got that coming up. As you can see, we got the lovely lady herself, Clarissa Shields. She's up there. But let's get to Find Your Nuts, David, as you can see. And this is where it's coming from. So we have Michael Benson reporting from X, formerly known as Twitter, told that his ex-Lee Turkey, Allah, not going to say all that, wants to make a fight between David Benevidez and the winner of Dimitri Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev in December. He believes that is more practical than Canelo Alvarez versus Benevidez. Bivol versus Beterbiev on June 1st has a rematch clause, but Allah Sheikh would be open to having Benevidez face the winner in between their two fights. So we got that. And we got this, the new replacement, Fundora and Pitbull, two Mexicans ready to get their crown. Let's go. Who else? Pounds. That shows how Canelo's still the face of boxing. Yeah. I mean, look, we don't have to argue it here. We already know that. Zurdo's also fighting next weekend. I thought it was Liam Wilson and Oscar Valdez, but Zurdo's also, okay, so it's been slow. It's been for like 2 weeks. We had Jones Payda get slept. Well, he took a body shot from somebody say his name, some UK guy. Dalton Smith, that they're trying to build up. So let's see. So we got quite a few things cooking up. Let's see. I had this. So yeah, March 29th, Oscar Valdez versus Liam Wilson. They're trying to build Valdez back up again. And then on the undercard, we have Sinicia Estrada and Yocosta Valle. So Sinicia, they're trying to build her up. She was formerly Golden Boy, and she's going for against a tough champion. It looks to be, is it undisputed? So I don't know most of us. Well, women's boxing is like whatever, it is whatever, bro. I'm not like a huge fan, but I'm gonna watch it. So we got that on March 29th. We got the PBC pay-per-view on March 30th because it's Easter weekend. And then somebody said Zurdo's also fighting on that weekend. Is it going to be in the afternoon, or is it going to compete? Valdez, yeah, they're on Friday. So we got a lot going on, man. Maybe I'll do another live midweek. We can do our picks and predictions. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share. If anybody wants to join, the link is in the chat. So, okay. That is good that Nello and Ryan squashed their beef. Yeah, I wonder how authentic it is. Ryan said he squashes beef with Oscar. He said he squashes beef with who else? Bernard Hopkins. He's got beef with everybody, man. The only person I think he didn't squash his beef with was Tank Davis, who he said gave him a fake number. Ryan's a goofball, man. I said this before. He's goofy. He's just a goofy dude, and he's trying his hardest to sell this fight. They said it's not selling. Let's start with this. I want to go to this first. So today I seen that Devin Haney. It looks like someone says this guy's a big Canelo hater, clenbuterol distributor. If Dev gets Ryan and Tio, we are going to have a conversation about pound for pound number one. They will find every reason not to, but Ryan first, once I beat him, if Tio wants to unify, I would gladly entertain the fight if the numbers make sense. And then he goes on, somebody 973 Sports says, do you plan on going for Undisputed at 140? I see you want Tio next. At first I didn't plan to, but now, yes, I want Undisputed. So what did we notice here, right? This is a puzzle. What did we notice here? So we have him saying, yeah, he wants these fights. He says, but again, I will gladly entertain that fight if the numbers make sense. So here you have Devin Haney basically saying what Canelo Alvarez said, right? If the numbers make sense, basically, if they give me enough money. He might as well said, if they offer me $20 million, I'll do it. But see, look, I'm gonna just say here, this is what I do on my show. It's my show. Anybody wants to, like, comment, subscribe, join me, dispute me, whatnot, what have you. He's doing the same thing, and nobody bats an eye. And I believe it's just because Canelo's a Mexican and that Devin Haney's an African American, and they get the pass. They've all gotten the passes. Crip Haney supporting the Mexican haters. Yes, Chitlin, welcome. Thank you, Abel. Yeah, man. So you see the hypocrisy. You see the hypocrisy. I had the guy on the other day, Coach Eddie, who he claims he's a coach. He acknowledges, like we all know, that these Crips, they steal the fights. They don't support fights. They don't even support Haney. So 35K pay-per-view. But they'll get on here, say Canelo's a duck, and how they love Haney and Takur and Stank Davis, how they love these guys, but they don't support. You know, Mexican fans, we support our fighters. It's that simple. We actually support the sport. Right? Haney Raza, I'll never claim him. I don't know if you guys claim him. That's hella funny, but I don't claim the homie. But you know, I don't know, man. We'll even see how well the fight does. I thought it was gonna do very well. Now it's not selling, but it is what it is. Why do they always call themselves coach or king or scientist or lord or the god, or you know, because they're egotistical, man. It's part of the hip hop culture, you know, trying to be the best, bling bling, and that's fine, man. But you know, part of our culture is being humble, being proud, being humble. Just because you're humble doesn't mean you're weak, you know. But some people think that you have to boast and brag, and that's what Mayweather did, right? He's always out there, I'm an 8-figure fighter, $100 million fighter, but when we do it, it's wrong, right? That's blasphemy. It is. I understand what it is, but you know, that's the way of the world, man. It's like fake it to make it, right? I believe in competence, not cockiness. Cockiness, says the names Nika or Nika, who calls themselves that. A lot of people do. Mark T. Maybe the tickets are just overpriced. Boxing heads are looking forward to the fight. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, who knows, man? It's still arguably a month away. You know, probably the last 2 weeks it will be sold out, and it'll all be for naught. But the one thing I wanted to talk about, man, I've been listening to a few shows, a few podcasts, and I was listening to a Crip one last night, and you know, the same old story. They hate Canelo Alvarez. He's ducking. You know the whole routine, man. And so salute Mark T, salute Abel, like, comment, subscribe. Abel, are you still buying boxing frame pay? Yes, I do. I plan to buy the Munguia Alvarez fight for sure. I'm still kind of unsure about Haney, Ryan Garcia. Maybe somebody will throw a fight party and I'll go watch it somewhere. But I don't know about buying that fight. I bought Tank and Ryan because I knew it was going to end in a knockout. But I'm not really too sure about buying a Haney fight. You know, he's just so boring, bro. Like, I would have kicked myself had I bought Haney and Regis Prograis. It was just such a shitty fight. It was boring. I don't see how anybody could see that and you know, call that a great fight. It was extremely boring. Regis Prograis quit. It was disgusting. Abel is that troll Alonzo? Is he? I don't know. The guy Alonzo has so many accounts. You know, I said I wasn't going to talk about him, man. He called me a troll. He calls this a troll channel, but it is what it is, man. I'll own it. You know, I don't think the people who are here are trolls. I think these guys know boxing. Jay Will, my #1 fan. Right on, salute. Like, comment, subscribe, jump in. Well, I mean, I think you'll be missing a great fight. Hopefully you have to restart it 100 times. I think, you know, you're sounding like someone who bought Regis and Prograis. I mean, come on, man. You can't be a legit boxing fan and hate on Canelo Munguia. It's going to be a badass fight. You're just a hater. But go ahead, man. I'm his fans. We buy the fights, and it doesn't matter what y'all do. You know, you're just going to sit there on the sidelines and hate it. You hate to love it, right? TCD, you're the reason what Repit died off. I don't know who TCD is, aka Benzo the Cuban. I don't know, that guy fell off the map. When TCD started banning people, that's when Repit channel began. I don't know who TCD is. I know Repit, but he hasn't been back. But maybe he's on the sidelines. Who knows if he's listening and watching? Maybe he is. I bought Canelo Mel. Well, you bought him because I'm assuming you're an African American and you want to support you know, Mel, but they said that he was ducking the Charlos. I mean, that guy, Coach Eddie, said he ducked Jamar Charlo. Imagine somebody coming on my show saying he ducked Jamal Charlo. And Jamal just fought Benevidez, right? Jay Will loves, yeah, of course, they all love Canelo. All their shows are on that type. Crips fully admit, yeah, they still, even the guys they say that are the great, Jack the Ripper, Jay Will can't afford a 40 and some menthols. Yeah, stop looting. Yeah, man. I don't know. I can't control what other people do. If that's what they want, then it's fine. But you know, we talk about different things. And I don't have any butt buddies, dude. Coach Eddie is a certified bum. Yeah, they'll tell you. I don't support none of that shit. But yet they call these guys the best, and they hate on Canelo Alvarez. You know, and they'll call us dick riders. The face off just dropped on White. Oh, okay, it just dropped. You know, Devin Haney's boring as fuck. You know, he's just a boring fighter. I mean, look, man, I want you to watch Regis Prograis and Devin Haney and tell me it was exciting, because you'll just be lying. So anyway, the topic at hand. So as you see, if you guys, you know, I know you guys can read. We're obviously in the chat. Told that His Excellency. So everybody was talking shit, and now look at. Okay, so how am I gonna break this down, man? Abel, why is it? I don't know, man. Stop. I don't say his name anymore. Haney even made, unless he comes on this panel. He keeps asking for wrenches, or they say, I guess he was in Thailand chasing ladyboys. I don't know. That was just an allegation, a rumor. But he comes on here, I'll say his name. Other than that, I'm not mentioning the guy's name. It is what it is. Haney even made the face-off boring. Yeah, he's hella ugly, bro. Big-ass nose. And it's not even me saying that. Shakur said that too. Like, who has a big-ass nose and just hella ugly? All just fucking nostrils is all you see. His own boys say that, his own peeps, you know. Why don't you support Haney, your boy? Look, man, I don't find his style. I think it's boring. I don't think he's that good. I think he's decent. But for me, it goes more to the excitement of boxing. You know, I bought a Tank Davis fight because Tank Davis has knockout power. He goes for the knockout. It's gonna be exciting. Him, I know what I'm gonna get, and same with Ryan Garcia. I know what I'm gonna get. He's gonna be all action. He's gonna fight, and he's gonna go for the knockout. You know, I know he didn't look spectacular against Duarte, but you seen a knockout. You know, Duarte came to fight. Ryan didn't run. He had a taco shell that he was practicing, but at the end of the day, he still competed and he made it exciting. I hope Ryan knocks Davina Hanky out, and I think he has a good chance of it. I think people. You know, everybody was trolling, but everybody's seen he's really training and working hard. Watch the clips that I posted. He is actually in shape. He is actually training. So, you know, it is what it is. So if anybody wants to hop on, the link should still be there. Like, comment, subscribe. You got to hit the like. That's what you got to do, man, so that we can keep doing this. Rig Laser said Ryan's taking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are not. If he was doing drugs, if he was psycho, the fight would have been over. His family would have pulled him out. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna fight. I think Ryan has a good chance to knock him out. Let's see what Jay Will, my number one hater, i.e. fan, is saying. You guys say Benevidez has anything, or he's too big, but what has Munguia done? Canelo had no problem weight bullying Conor going up for Kovalev and saying he want Makabu. Well, you're saying a lot, man. You know, why don't you just hop on? Why don't you just hop on and say these things? We've already addressed these things. Munguia is a bigger fight. It's what Canelo said. It's two Mexicans, okay? Is more known. He's more tickets. He's more well known than David. It is. Look, David is fighting on Tank Davis's undercard. Make that make sense. How are you this big name and you're fighting on Tank Davis undercard? Do we need to say more? I don't think so, man. I mean, like I said, I wasn't even gonna go live until, you know, there's new news. Like, I don't like to keep. I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall, keep talking about Canelo Alvarez, but everybody seems to be doing it. So, you know, guess what? I'm gonna do it. And then we have Ryan, and then we have the pay-per-view coming up, a big fight weekend coming up. So we can start doing more with some videos and whatnot. It's always something, because that's what you guys do. You guys love to talk about him. Look, I'm saying it, man. Americans, African Americans. If he was Canelo Alvarez, you guys would worship the ground he walks on. Okay, because unless you're a self-hating Mexican, then I don't think you hate Canelo Alvarez. And this is why I did this. This is why I said this. Canelo James, boxing TV superstar. If he was Canelo James, you guys would worship him. Undisputed, 4-weight division champion, beat the most champions, always fighting the best. You know, say what you want about Charlo. He was top. He's undisputed. If you guys wanted him to face Crawford, then why not? Why were you bashing Maul? Yeah, you guys can never make it make sense. You're trying to hop all over the place. You want to hate him so bad. You're looking for any excuse. The genius of all geniuses, salute. Yes, we are the school of geniuses over here. Talking boxing. Yeah, Jay Ripper called you out. Yeah, if you want to join, let me know. Munguia, Rob, Dennis Hogan. Oh my gosh, come on, man. You're reaching for crumbs, bro. He just knocked out Ryder. Okay. Look, you guys will do anything to hate. And it's okay. That's what makes life go around, right? The yin and the yang, positive and negative. You can't have something without nothing, you know? We don't want Canelo Alvarez to be the king because we make him the king. He's the king of boxing because he beats the people you ask him to beat, right? Lara, Jacobs, Triple G. He's fought everybody. There's nobody that he's not ducked. I mean, that's what they say. He's a duck. Well, who is he? You can't tell me who he's ducked. That's the problem with you guys. It's just because he's a Mexican. I said it, man. It's just good. Look, man, these African Americans, these cucks, Americans, African Americans, cucks, you know, self-hating Hispanic, they all are joining the David Benevidez fan club because they hate that a Mexican is the face of boxing. You know, that's my angle, and I'm gonna stick with it. And I believe that is true. Now, is Canelo Alvarez looking bad? Of course, but I think we're not even talking about Canelo Alvarez. Let's talk about David Benevidez. Let's talk about David Benevidez. See, that's why it never makes sense. You want to hate Canelo, but you never talk about, all it is bash Canelo. What has he done? What hasn't he done? He lost this, he lost that. But you never talk about David Benevidez. You know why you can't talk about David Benevidez? Because you got nothing to talk about. He gave you nothing. He fought one time in 22. He's fought 4 times in 4 years if you average it out. He's not giving you the fights. He never unified as a champion. He lost his belt twice. Pay-per-views tanked, and now he's fighting on Tank Davis undercard. Okay, Rocky Fielding beat Ryder. Yeah, well, I mean, Andrade didn't want to fight Ryder, so there it is. You know, he earned his position. But look, man, it's always going to be something. It's always Lomachenko, Canelo Fury all have the same hater fan base. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually a fan of Lomachenko, of Golovkin, of Fury. You know, I mean, not a fan, but I acknowledge their accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like there's a weird, all those guys have joined the Benevidez fan club, right? But they don't support him. Lanello with the gold grill, facts, man. Lanello James, he's the TVE hood superstar. Jay Will has the belts. That's why I vacate those belts. We'll tell Terrence Crawford to do the same thing. You guys won't hold the same standard for your fighters. Floyd Mayweather never became undisputed. You know why? Because he didn't want to fight the other champions. See, that's the thing you guys are all missing. You guys are all Floyd Mayweather fans, ex-Floyd. You're all Crip fans of Haney, Shakur, Floyd Mayweather. We've accepted what Canelo's doing. At least I have. If he's doing the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, then I accept it. I applaud it. We've said Canelo's not getting reparations. None of you Crip fighters are going to get any more reparation. You guys need to fight each other. David needs to fight. David needs to fight in Billy. Okay, he needs to clean out the 168 division. But has he? Who did Canelo fight? I mean, who did Benavidez fight to earn this shot? He fought Canelo's leftovers. It is what it is, man. That Saudi emperor pulled Benavidez' card and said he'll exactly. That's what I'm trying to talk about. But everybody wants to talk about Canelo Alvarez. I'm truly. You don't have to be humble here, man. It's just the YTBC. David is 2-time. He's only 2-time. Don't make it sound like he won it 2 times. He won it because he lost it. Ever beat those are Darrell, Lemieux. They were all 160 pounders coming up. And Plant, Canelo already beat. His best name, he couldn't even knock out like Canelo did. That's his best name. And Andrade was at 160. He never fought at 168. He actually ducked Ryder. Canelo's the weakest champ. Well, your champ, Rod Mayweather, he never became undisputed. So if that's weak, then I guess he's weak. Bud is about to fight for you. You don't know that. We'll see. We'll see what he does. He hasn't done it yet. Jay Willica, Benavidez, Macaboo, Kolovich, height. Benavidez is bigger than both. Yeah, Benavidez walks around as a middleweight. Who has Munguia cleared out? Fair enough. But it's the same thing with him ducking Andrade. What did Andrade do? Andrade fought for vacant belts, and then what did he do? He sat for like a year. He wasn't active. At least Munguia, he's active. What has David done? David is gonna sit for like 7 months. I mean, why is he not fighting? Why is he not fighting Morrell to make his case? It's only wrong. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what they don't understand. You're not cooking me. I don't know why. If you were cooking me, you would hop on and actually cook me. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. Oh, Benevidez. Cuck Lonzo returns. You guys are funny with the names. But okay, so I'm gonna elaborate on what Turkey Ali did. So everybody was making a stink. Canelo Alvarez, boohoo, cry me a river, asked for 200, and that's not what he did. He didn't ask for 200 million. All he said, and I keep reiterating this again and again and again, he didn't ask for that. What happened he wants to talk about the Jaime Munguia fight, and then he wants to. They keep asking about Benevidez, so that's when he said, "Hey man, look, I'm promoting this fight. It's between two Mexicans, two real Mexicans." So he took a shot at Benevidez, and then he said, David brings nothing to the table. That basically he'll get paid the same for Munguia as he would for David. So David making these claims of ducking, that's just not true. They never made no offers. So he's shooting everything down in one shot, right? I mean, it's like a 5-minute interview. You guys have taken a 5-minute interview and made it into like a week's worth of fucking shows. Like, I haven't done these shows because I'm like, man, I mean, to me, it was pretty clear what he said. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that he was taking jabs at. He's trying to build the Munguia fight, right? It's a good, exciting fight. And so that's why he got kind of irritated. He said, look, man, you guys are the ones that keep mentioning them. You guys are the ones that are making this fight bigger. So if it's so big, then have someone call me and make me an offer. That's all he said. Make me an offer. He didn't say that all I want 100%. He said, hey, make me an offer. Okay. Jay Will, you're false claiming. You'll never hop on, so I can't take you seriously. We don't know. We don't know what he's gonna do. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, you guys are look, man, you guys are picking at straws. You're trying to find something, anything to make it stick, but it just won't stick. Turkey told David to find his nuts. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Quentin. That's what he did, and that's why, this is what it is. So you've seen what he said. Fight David. Fight the winner of Better Be a Vivo. I wouldn't be surprised if Canelo Alvarez made a call and said, hey, man, put David's nuts on the line. Go fight the winner of that fight, right? You're already going up to 175. And what did David say? Because David is the one, somebody was on a show. It was a Crip show, and they were bashing Canelo, and they said Canelo asked for $150, $200 million. And, another Crip said, he didn't ask. It was David who asked the Saudi prince to put up the money. That's who asked for the money. Is David? No, nobody is acknowledging that. David said he thinks the fight will happen in September 2. Yeah, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that as well. Look, man, and his own promoter had said that Samson Likowitz, Leonard Ellaby, they're all saying, yeah, Canelo's right about what he's doing. So is this the hypothetical coach?
This is the infamous, the one and only. You know it. What's up, man?
I don't know what's going on. What hate do you want to spew today?
That's what I'm here to do. Spread some hate. Nah, real talk though. Really though, to be honest, this right here is just like anybody that's familiar with professional wrestling know that this is what we have here in the boxing world. It's the equivalent of professional wrestling, except these guys do actually get knocked out. They do actually get hurt, and some of the results are scripted. And the reason why I say this scripted because a lot of times these guys are in mismatch fights. A lot of these guys are overmatched. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of most fights that we see today in boxing are usually 70-30 fights. It's rare that you get a true 50-50 fight. So at the end of the day,
what's your point in that? You got to make a point, Coach Eddie. You like to just filibuster.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. Same thing you doing. I'm just here for entertainment.
No, I'm making points. I'm talking about David, the Turkey Ali telling for David Benevidez to fight the winner of Better Be a Vivo. What do you think about that?
To be honest, I don't even think David can beat Anthony Yarde.
Well, why are you such a big Benevidez fan? And are you a Benevidez fan at all? I mean, you already acknowledged you don't support him. You don't know who he won his belt against. Do you even know who Better Be and Bivol is?
Nah, I don't know. Yeah, I know who they are, man. Come on, bro. Yeah, David Bennett. I mean, Better Be a good fighter, man. He beat the crap out of Marcus Brown. He got some good. He beat Anthony Yarde. He got some good wins. He beat Callum Smith. He got some very good wins on his resume. He's a machine, man. He's a tough out for anybody. He's undefeated. Got 100% knockout rate. You know, the guy's bad news. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, got to keep it 100. Me personally, I'm not a fan of guys coming up from weight classes and going straight to the front of the line. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's boxing.
Well, what do you think about this? I mean, look, I know you guys were crying about Canelo asking for 150, 200 million, which he didn't do. He didn't ask for that. He just said, if I got an offer, I'll find it tomorrow. So then this guy, Turkey Ali, says, okay, I don't know if you read the thumbnail or you're looking at the screen. He said he believes that he can fight the winner of Arthur Better Be of Dimitri Bivol, because he's going up to 175, I guess, fighting on a Tank undercard. I mean, do you think he's being put in between a rock and a hard place?
No, not really. I think it's a great opportunity. I mean, if you who you say you are, you're a monster. You know what I'm saying? If you provided you get past, you know, the fight that you got with the intern with Vasquez, then you know you got an opportunity for basically all the belts. That's a great opportunity. So basically, in your second fight, you get a shot at undisputed, and you're gonna get paid a lot of money for it. More money than you David make.
You're like David's number one. You're part of his fan club. Why hasn't he responded to this?
Well, for one, he hadn't won his first fight yet. He still got to beat this other guy first.
Well, no, I mean, but you can't use that because he's calling out Canelo with all these other fights in front of him. So why doesn't he respond to this?
I don't know. I'm not in David's head. I'm not responsible.
Well, no, you seem to know you because you're claiming David wants Canelo. He's willing to do whatever it makes, because that's how they're claiming Canelo Alvarez is a duck, because David is willing to jump through hoops, is willing to fight Canelo for peanuts.
Me, this fight has nothing to do with Canelo Alvarez. This offer has nothing to do with Canelo Alvarez.
What do you mean it has nothing to do? That's what he's the one that sent the message out to the Sheik and said, hey, you know, put up the money to make that's where the grab your nuts. He said he was dissing Canelo Alvarez, saying, hey, the Sheik is gonna put up the money, so grab your nuts when he puts it out. And then so he's the one asking for the money, right? I guess he's not about the money, but then he wants Canelo to get paid. They said he deserves it. And then the Sheik responds, and then he has nothing to say back. So that's like me calling Coach 80 out. I said, Coach 80, you're a bum, you don't buy shit, and then I don't let you back on my show. I don't respond. Like, isn't that kind of punk shit?
Hey, at the end of the day, man, if I were David, I would take the offer.
No, why? But that's what I'm asking you. Why hasn't he responded?
I don't know. Maybe he don't want to fight those guys. I don't know.
Then he's the biggest duck. That's what I'm saying. Don't you think this is kind of like pulling David's card? This is exposing him.
Well,
because you're so adamant about that that Canelo's ducking him, but when he gets put on the spot, now he has nothing to say.
Well, the thing about with David and Canelo, you're looking at a difference in careers, and I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Canelo's been around a whole lot longer than David. Not just me, but even some of Canelo's own fans have been criticizing a lot of his last opponents, saying that, hey, you know, Canelo, you're a great champion. You should be fighting the best guys in your division. And a lot of times we're not getting the fights that we want or that the fans want. Not just me. You got other Mexican legends, you know, that are calling him out. You got other Mexican fans that are calling him out. You got even some diehard Canelo fans that's saying, Canelo, you know, we're cool with the, you know, and Jaime Munguia, that's actually not a bad fight, to be honest. Let's get that straight. That's not a bad fight. That's not a, you know, that's not like a cherry pick. That's actually a pretty good fight. I expect a competitive fight, and then I think Jaime has a real chance to pull it off. But I think we get Canelo gets criticism because you look back down to his resume, you look at the Amir Khans, and like, why are you even fighting this guy? This guy has no business in the ring with you. We look at the Liam Smiths. This guy has no business in the ring with you. We look at some of the guys that Canelo fought, and these guys were so much overmatched, and it was so not even close to being in Canelo's league. We're like, man, you're a great fighter. Why are you fighting these guys who are much smaller than you, a lot older, on the tail end of their career? These guys, you should be fighting better competition. I think that's what that's where his criticism comes in at.
Well, the criticism, I mean, he's kind of put it to bed. Like, okay, even if you argue that the fact that he went undisputed 4 weight classes above where he started, that ends everything. I just, like, Floyd Mayweather never went undisputed, and they consider him the best ever. You know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, in boxing, when you really break down boxing, if you claim to be a coach and know boxing, what makes you great is going up in weight. What makes you mediocre is staying at one weight class, like these Earl Spences, who else? Marvin Hagler stayed at one weight class his entire career. Some people do it, and it's okay. Nobody asked you to go up, but what makes you great, what makes you an all-time great, is being the smaller man, going up and beating bigger guys, which Canelo Alvarez has proven time and time and again.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret when you get finished with that. Just being around boxing my whole life, I've seen guys actually go up to bigger weight classes to avoid guys that are in their same weight class. Just because the guy's bigger doesn't mean that he's better. You see that in the amateurs, you see it in the pros. When I was fighting as an amateur, when I fought 201 pounds, that was an easier division than when I dropped down to 175 pounds. 175 pound division, 178 pound division was harder than the 201 division, because the guys at 201, they were slow, they were cumbersome, they didn't have as much skill as the guys at the lower weight classes. The 175 pound, where you had skills and you had power there, so it was easier to fight the bigger guys. And that's what that's why it's not a thing about this in the heavyweight division. Once you get over 200 pounds, you can fight whoever. Why you think Holyfield had so much success? Why you think Alexander Usyk had so much success? It's not the size, it's because he's mobile, he's quick, he's smaller than these guys, so he's able to get his shots off, and those guys can't hit him. Even though they're stronger, even though they're bigger, he's still able to beat these guys despite giving up 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds to these guys.
Again, you're filibustering. Look,
not filibustering, I'm telling you facts, bro. That's facts.
That's not facts. It's isolated cases. But for the most part, just historically, boxing, you had your Sugar Ray Leonard's, Roberto Duran's. The best testament was moving up in weight. That's what they're saying about this number 1 pound for pound guy, Inouye. What makes him so great? He could stay and dominate the lower weight classes like 118 because he's so much physically gifted, but they're asking him to keep going up in weight, and that's what he's doing. That's what makes him number 1 pound for pound. Now, I'm not a big fan of Bud Crawford, but what they're saying he's so great is because he can keep going up in weight. That is the testament. That's the era that we're in. Now, yes, what you're saying can be true in certain cases, but for the most part, the testament of being great is moving up and fighting bigger people. That's the testament.
Well, Manny Pacquiao is a great example of that. Manny Pacquiao is a great example of moving up. Monster Inoue, I think, what he start off at 112 or 108? What was his first class?
I think it was 108.
Yeah, so like in those smaller weight classes, don't get me wrong, I give him credit, but in those smaller weight classes, you literally got 3 pounds separating weight classes. You got 112, 115, 118, 121 or whatever, 122. You ain't moving up a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? You're basically one Gatorade away and a granola bar, you'll be in another weight class. So I mean that's cool. If people want to give you credit for moving up 3 pounds, hey, it is what it is.
Well, we're talking about smaller guys, so 3 pounds is going to make a difference. I mean, we seen Nonito Donaire, he moved up and it made a massive difference. Moving up in weight, it counts for something. You're trying to say, because it's 3 pounds, but you're not you're not accounting for the size of those people. That's what you're not accounting for. That's why it makes the difference. So you're being disingenuous, or you really don't know boxing.
No, it's both. You got two sides of the coin there, and don't tell me I do know boxing. I mean, it seems like to me that
you do.
It seemed like to me that weight. So what about it? So explain the heavyweight division when you got these huge weight discrepancies. So what's the difference there when you're giving up 30 pounds? In a lot of instances, I mean, what's the difference?
What's the heavyweight division?
Yeah, so I mean, it's still a man is a man. A man is a man. 30 pounds is 30 pounds. So
once you go over a certain amount of weight, it just doesn't matter anymore. So once you go over the 210, 215 pounds, they wanted to implement a super heavyweight, but they haven't. But as far as boxing goes, they just said, hey, once you're above 215, there's no point of keeping a weight difference because you're just a heavyweight. You don't need to make weight anymore. It's more about not needing to make weight. That's what keeps boxing. Boxing is that you have to make weight. So, you're going to be at a disadvantage always having to make weight, right? Making weight is the epitome of boxing because you have to be disciplined.
Yep.
You're going to be...
Skills pay the bills, man, at the end of the day. A highly skilled little man will beat a mediocre or a pretty good big man 9 times out of 10.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about moving up in weight classes is the epitome of what makes a fighter great. And you're saying it doesn't, because I pointed out that Canelo...
That's one criteria that you can use it as one criteria, but also who you fight in a weight class. Who you beat matters. When you beat them matters. Did you beat this guy in his prime, or did you wait till he got old? Did you wait till he got washed up? So who you fight and when you fight them makes a difference also. That is another criteria.
But that's not what we're talking about. You're filibustering. You're just trying to reach onto something.
I'm bringing up other points.
What is your point? But what is your point about Canelo moving up in weight that he hasn't proved to you that he's an elite fighter?
I thought we were talking about.
You want to say, well, he beat this guy when he was old, and he fought that guy when he was.
Those are facts. Those are facts, though.
But so, are you discrediting Benevidez win against Durrell? Then we have to discredit Benevidez win against Durrell because he was old and washed. So that don't count. Then we discredit David Lemieux. That win, throw that win.
I agree with that. I agree. David's a small guy. I don't give no credit for that.
Caleb Plant out the window because Canelo Alvarez already beat him. Then throw out Demetrius Andre because he was a smaller guy. And even after the fight, Demetrius Andre said, "Oh, he's too big. I'm not even a real one."
And Demetrius was 36, and he was old, and he was 36.
So then, how was Canelo Alvarez ducking him if even you dismiss his entire resume?
Didn't you hear what I just said? You proving my point for me. I said this is like wrestling, man. It's sports entertainment with real outcomes. Canelo is doing nothing different than any other boxer has done. All of them do the same. All of them do the same thing.
If I took that attitude, I couldn't come on here and talk about boxing because I'd be like, "What's the point? It's wrestling.
It's entertainment, man. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. It's entertainment. It's sports.
I realize
we like it, but it's entertainment.
I realize that, but it being a sport, we're trying to see who the best is, and Canelo Alvarez is one of the best. And you want to tarnish him and trash him and saying he's ducking, but you can't even prove how David Benevidez is good. That's why I'm saying all these guys who come on for David Benevidez, they can't say what makes him so great. They can't acknowledge it. So how can you say that Canelo Alvarez is ducking him if you can't even acknowledge what makes David Benevidez great when you just dismissed his entire resume?
You can nitpick anybody's resume at the end of the day. If you really want to be right down honest and call a strike and a ball, you can go through and you can comb through everybody's resume. You can find somebody over there that they cherry pick. You can find somebody that they fought out of their prime. That's what boxing is made out of. I mean, you got Canelo has 19 guys on his resume with losing records. I mean, and a lot of other fighters that we hold dear in our heart fought some guys a lot of guys that had losing records on their resume. That's part of boxing, And at the end of the day, Canelo is he's a draw. He's well marketed. Right. He's a star. He's like if you're going to put it in wrestling terms, Canelo right now is the equivalent to Hulk Hogan, which was a big star in wrestling. Why do you think he's able to move and get all the marquee matchups? It's called getting the push. Canelo was the next.
So
they needed
is Terrence Crawford? Is he a WWE also? Is he a fraud? Is Tank Davis a fraud?
No, he's not. Those guys are not as much of a bigger star as Canelo. Terrence Crawford is not a bigger star as Canelo.
But are they frauds too? I mean, because you're basically you have to say everybody is a fraud. Then is Inouye a fraud?
I'm not saying they're fraud. I'm not saying they're fraud.
But that's what you're calling Canelo Alvarez as a fraud.
I didn't say that. You said I never mentioned fraud.
No, you're saying Eddie. You got to make a point, man. I don't understand what point you're trying to make by saying it's WWE. Canelo is being. So what are you saying? It's all fake for Canelo, that he's just propped up? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that a lot of he has been pushed to the front of the line.
But then that's what I'm saying. Who isn't? Is there any fighter that is
I just said that. I just said the same. Everything you just said, I just said. I said boxing. That's how boxing is made. You got to make a star. It's good for the sport. In order for the sport to continue and thrive, you have to have those marquee guys. You think Michael Jordan is the best guy to ever lace up a pair of freaking basketball shoes? No, he's not. I mean, he wasn't that much better than the guys that were around him, but he was marketable. So they made him the face of the NBA. Same thing with Canelo Alvarez. Right now, he's one of the faces of boxing. He's not the number one.
Yeah,
he's the number two face of boxing. And when he's done, they'll find somebody else to prop up and make that guy the face of boxing. It was De La Hoya. He was the face of boxing. Then Mayweather took over. Then Canelo took over. And then, of course, we had Mike Tyson. He was the face of boxing. Muhammad Ali was the face of boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard was the face of boxing. So every 10 to 15 years, the face of boxing changes. And right now, Canelo, he's the face of boxing right now. 3 years from now, he won't be the face of boxing. It'll be somebody else.
Well, yeah, he's gonna be probably retired. But what you're saying is that he's not. He hasn't earned it.
No, he earned every dime that he made, man. He earned all the money that he made. He earned all his position.
He's this, he's that. You're not making any points. I mean, you're basically calling it all fake WWE. So I don't understand why you would even follow the sport.
What part of entertainment don't you understand, man? It's
what's entertaining if it's fake? I don't get it. Like,
it isn't fake because there's always a chance, man, that you can win. That's a good thing about boxing. Is there? Yeah, you can come in as an underdog, and most of the time, not just Canelo, but a lot of these fights, we already know the outcome before it happens, right or wrong. That's why Las Vegas has what favorites. He'd be like, oh, this guy is a minus 800, minus 1200. Basically, they're letting you know right off the rip, hey, this guy really doesn't have a chance to win this fight, but there's a possibility that you can win the fight. That's why we watch the fight, to see what's going to happen. And if it's a close 50-50 fight, then we're even more interested in that, because now we don't know the outcome. So that's why we watch the fights.
Yeah, I hear that. It just kind of, but to me, if I was taking that attitude, it'd be pointless to watch if I thought it was all fake or they were trying to fix it in some type of way.
I mean, what is your definition of a fixed fight?
No, it just anything to dismiss a win. Like what you're saying is fake. I don't. When I hear you say you're saying it's fake. Entertainment. But then, I said, Eddie, you're filibustering. I don't know what the point you're trying to make.
It's about putting butts in seats, right? It's not. And what a lot of guys say Canelo. They say Canelo's a star. He's a pay-per-view guy. I'm just using the argument of a lot of Canelo fans. They say David Dog hadn't earned the right to fight Canelo. What has he done to fight Canelo?
Right.
That's what a lot of guys say. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, but like I said, I made my point clear. Canelo is just doing what Floyd Mayweather did, and I'm okay with it. He's just building the fight up. I said that. I think they're just building the fight up, and they're eventually going to fight. But anybody that's hating on Canelo just hates him because he's a Mexican.
Man, that's a weak argument, bro.
No, it's just the truth. Most people that hate Canelo Alvarez is because they're African Americans or they're American biased. It's mostly what about
the Mexicans that don't? What about the Mexicans that say the same thing that other people are saying? What about them? Why are they
the Mexicans that say
what's their reason? What's their reason?
Well, they're just self-hating. They're not real Mexicans. They're just self-haters.
Okay, so Eric Morales is a self-hating Mexican.
He's just jealous.
He jealous.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to look in someone's heart and see their motive.
No, other people have said it. Abel Sanchez, who the former trainer of Triple G, said if those guys are hating on Canelo Alvarez, it's because they're jealous.
Triple G was a freaking cherry picker, and also he cherry picked.
Well, Coach Eddie, like I said,
his resume isn't good.
I think you're biased. Any African American that I spoke to, for the most part, they hate Canelo Alvarez. And like I said, if Canelo Alvarez was African American, I think you guys would worship him.
I doubt it. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I know it.
Hold on 1 second.
You guys hail Bud Crawford, and it's
let me turn that on top of his head. So why do so many black people hate Devin Haney?
I don't see that. I don't see that they hate Devin Haney.
I'm telling you right now, because you don't go on either other platform. You stick to your little small world. I'm telling you, it's tons of black people who don't like Devin Haney. So what is that?
Well, that's only because they like Stank Davis or Shakira.
So is that self-hatred? It's a lot of black guys who don't like Tank Davis.
But they're sticking up for another African American fighter.
It's a lot of black guys who don't like Shakur Stevenson.
And they're either
when Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. Hold on, when Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao fought, you know who I was rooting for? Manny Pacquiao. You know who I like better than Floyd? Manny Pacquiao. Was I a Floyd Mayweather fan? I would say no. I was not a fan of his.
Did I dislike him? Isolated. I don't know. Who are you a fan of? Because I don't know how you supposed to train and teach boxing. You're not a fan of anybody. It seems like you're not a fan of any fighter.
Well, I like Bernard Hopkins. I like Winky Wright. I like Muhammad Ali. I like Edward Charles. I like Jersey Joe Walcott.
Well, those guys I don't know too much about. I know Bernard is a fraud. I mean, Bernard Hopkins fought. I mean, what do you have? 20 defenses at middleweight, and he fought nothing but bums. I mean, his biggest wins were blown up Trinidad and De La Hoya. Like, what are we talking about?
I like Felix.
That guy was. I mean, he was okay, but he was kind of fraudulent. You know, Winky Wright. Who was his biggest win? Tito Trinidad, a blown up welterweight. Like, you know, Floyd Mayweather never fought Winky Wright. Winky Wright was decent, but he lost when he stepped up to Jermaine Taylor. He lost. But like I said, I think for the most part, I think you hate Canelo Alvarez because you're African American. You don't want to give the Mexican any credit, and I see that. You know, that's what I've seen. And when you talk about African Americans hating David Haney, is because they like Tank Davis. That's just for the most part what I've seen. I don't think any African American and I don't even lump in the African American. I think it's American, and then you break it down between African American and self-hating Mexican Americans. But there's no real David Benevidez fans. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. Yeah, man. I don't know what Coach Eddie is trying to say, man. He's kind of just, dragging the whole sport down. I mean, if I had Coach Eddie's view, I don't think Coach Eddie coaches boxing. I don't think he has any concept. I don't think Coach Eddie knows anything of boxing. That's what I'm saying. I think he's just an African-American that hates Canelo because he's Mexican. I think if Canelo Alvarez was African-American, Coach Eddie would worship him. He'd say he was great. I really think that's the issue here, But nobody ever answered the Benevidez thing. Why is David has not spoken up about fighting Dimitri Bivol or Artur Beterbiev? I think because he was not going to fight that fight. He's not going to. He doesn't want anything to do with them. Seems like Coach Eddie had a malfunction. I need to rejuvenize. Let me go grab something real quick, and I'll be right back. Hopefully everybody sticks around. I'm gonna drop something real quick. Let's see. What do you guys like? What do people like around here?
Damn, does it suck good?
I mean, do you want to come over and find out?
No. I was talking about these vacuums. Do they suck good?
We could find out too.
Oh, for real? Damn, does it suck good?
I mean, do you want to come over and find out?
No, I was talking about these vacuums. Do they suck good?
We could find out too.
Oh, for real? Damn, does it suck good?
I mean, do you want to come over and find
No,
out?
no, no. I was talking about these vacuums. You know, do they suck good?
We could find out too.
Oh, for real? Damn, does it suck good?
I mean, do you want to come over and find out?
No, no, no. I was talking about these vacuums. You know, do they suck good?
We could find out too.
Oh.
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich. You know what I love? Oh my god.
I'm from LA, and I'm here because I like sex and I love sex. I like guys eat me my pussy, and I like fun, be in the top, get crazy, and I fuck.
Yo, what are you guys watching, man? You guys are some pervies. Yeah, man. I don't know. Coach Eddie bounced. I guess he doesn't like chicks. I don't know what Coach Eddie's deal was. Coach Eddie said it's all fake. Yeah, there wasn't exactly Mexican boxing salute. You exposed him, Frank. He had no logic. He's just he has. When I brought up the whole African American thing, he didn't really have a response. He says, "Well, what about Tank Davis and Devin Haney?" It's like, yeah, they all like each other. But look, man, it's what I said. You know, Turkey Ali put it to David Benevidez. And he said, "Hey, man, why don't you fight the winner? You know, of Dimitri Bivol-Beterbiev?" And he goes radio silent. Look, man, David Benavidez is not going to fight those guys. He's just not. I mean, if he does, I'd be surprised, but I highly doubt it. You know what I mean? So when Canelo Alvarez says the whole $150, $200 million, nobody bats an eye. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the link. I'm going to drop the link. There it is. I need a better mic. I know that. Anyway, yeah. So Turkey Ali poses that, and David Benavidez doesn't say anything. You know what I mean? At least Canelo Alvarez fought Dimitri Bivol, and we know David Benavidez what it is. He's a weight bully. He just wants to wait on a Canelo payday. And anybody that hates Canelo Alvarez, they can't say what Benavidez has done. His best win is a Canelo, the guy Canelo locked out, in Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant was an undefeated champion at the time. David can't say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Quentin, welcome. Thank you. Salute. Always a real one. If he looked ordinary, he would have got stopped easily. He was competitive against elite competition. That ain't ordinary casual. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying, man. David's been exposed. That's what it is. He's been exposed. He was waiting on a Canelo Alvarez payday. He was trying to sit and fight maybe once or twice a year, kind of fight middling guys, David Lemieux, fucking Canelo Alvarez leftovers, bring up Demetrius Andrade, and then he hasn't fought since. I mean, he's just sitting there doing nothing. And then he puts out this I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter, saying, "Hey, Turkey Ali, this excellency, you know, give Canelo the money so I can make the fight." And he says, No, you know what? Right now, it's not something I want to do. What I want to see you do, if you're this beast, if you're this dude, fight the winner of Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. And he doesn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how his fan base moves, man. Look, man, they're not Benavidez fans. They're just Canelo Alvarez haters. I mean, look, Turkey Ali responded. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I dropped the link. Hit the link if anybody wants to hop on. Kind of just talking about the what Turkey Ali said to Canelo Alvarez. Jay Will, look, man, you were more than happy to have you on if you want to argue it out on the show. You know, otherwise, I mean, you'd just be a chat warrior, which I appreciate. It's all good. We need the Crip and the Cubboard back. Yeah, that's Mexican Rambo. He comes with the heat. Oh, we don't even know if you're the real one, man. Coach Eddie, what's up, man? What happened?
I don't know, man. I guess my face must have hit the side of the phone or something, disconnected. I don't know what happened. Hey, anybody out there, y'all share the show, share the live, let your friends know, subscribe to the channel, man. Let's try to get my man's numbers up. Anybody who want to hit the link, y'all come on and hit the link, man. Let's get this smoke going.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about the David ducking the Beterbiev Bivol smoke. You know, and I don't know. You haven't said nothing about it. You haven't said that if he's ducking the smoke, if he's gonna fight these guys. You haven't really made your point.
Hey, I would like to see the fight. You know, he should fight him if somebody get that's a lifetime offer, man. You talking about you going straight to the front of the line.
But do you think he's gonna do it?
He should. If he's saying he that guy, he should step up. I mean, you moved up to 175 pounds. I mean, is it a stay busy fight or are you going up there to compete? If you move up to a new weight division, he's obviously big enough to fight there. So I don't really see any reason to come back down. You know, I wouldn't come back down to fight, you know, Canelo Alvarez once I moved up to 175 pounds. You know, I would make him come up. You know,
Yeah.
I would forget about Canelo Alvarez, to be honest, man, because at the end of the day, Canelo's not a light heavyweight fighter. He proved that. He went up there, he fought light heavyweight, he won a title, then he jumped right back down to 168. Then he moved up to fight again at 175. He lost, and he jumped right back down to 168. Canelo had no business fighting 175 pounds. He can't beat it. I mean, he can beat some guys there, but he can't beat everybody there. So
Well,
you can move. Go ahead.
Because there was nothing left to do. Salute Bones. There was nothing left to do where he was at.
Sorry, 168 to 175.
Canelo, once he went undisputed, then he went up to 175 to fight Dimitri Bivol. There was nothing left to do. So
Yeah,
he went up there
I think he went up there and tested the waters, and I think once he fought Bivol, he seen that he probably couldn't win the couldn't unify there at 175.
Well, there was just nothing left for him to do. But meanwhile, David Benevidez wasn't fighting. He fought one time in, I believe, 21 or 22, and then he fought twice. Why hasn't he fought this year? See, I think people are not understanding. You don't even follow David's career. That's the whole point we're saying. Why is he not fighting under 168 pounders to try to like weed out the division so that he's the last man standing?
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he'd been the number one spot, man. He should have got a shot at the titles. You know, now only person that can give you a shot at the title is the champ. You know what I'm saying? And the sanctioning body, they don't enforce the mandatories. So it is what it is, man. You can't make somebody fight you. If they don't want to fight you, you can't make those guys get in the ring with you. So you have to move on with your career. It's obvious that the guy's not interested in fighting you, so you have to move on.
Well, I mean, then I don't think Canelo's ducking them. If David Benavidez actually moves out of the division, then it's pretty clear to me that David Benavidez is either one, he can't make weight, so he's not a legit 168 pounder anymore, which I think is what's actually happening. I think he doesn't want to have to make weight. So you're not a 168 pounder, which is what Canelo Alvarez said in the first place, that he's a weight bully. He gains 25 pounds. He's like a heavyweight in there. So, he's just playing chess while David is playing checkers. I think it's pretty obvious.
Okay, and just to kind of piggyback off what you just said, a lot of the Canelo Alvarez supporters or whatever, they'll give Canelo a pass and say, "Oh yeah, well, Canelo, he's too big for Canelo." Even Canelo said himself, the only thing he brings to the table is an extra 25 pounds. But then at the same time, they'll turn around and they'll crucify somebody like Demetrius Andrade and say, "Oh, you got beat by a cruiserweight. You're a bum because you got beat by a guy who weighs 200 pounds." How's this guy a bum but he got beat by somebody that weighs 200 pounds?
Well, no, it's the 168 pound division. If you're chasing Canelo Alvarez and you're crying about he's ducking you, then you need to fight at 168 pounds, which he did. There's no excuses for Demetrius Andrade. He was calling out
but Canelo making the same excuse by saying David's too big.
It's not an excuse. It's just a fact.
So if it's a fact for Canelo, it's a fact for everybody else.
No, he was able to make
the weight.
You
know what I'm saying? It's a fact for everybody.
He was able to make the weight, but that doesn't make it. Look, it doesn't make any sense for what Demetrius Andrade is saying. It's like, why are you complaining why are you saying Canelo Alvarez is ducking you and you fight a 168 pounder? He made the weight. You got beat by him, but now he's too big. Well, why are you calling out Canelo Alvarez then?
So
he's in the same weight class.
So in that same token, that same breath, Canelo saying that Demetrius Andrade, Canelo calling him a weight bully. Just like you said, you saying he's a weight bully. So Canelo said, I'm not going to fight him because he's a weight bully.
That's not why he said he was going to fight him. The reason he said he's going to fight him is because he brings nothing to the table. If there's any reason, it's not the money, it's not the weight, it's because he brings nothing to the table.
Okay, if it's not the weight, then why would he say he bringing nothing to the table but an extra 25 pounds? Why would
because
anybody say that?
He needs to keep fighting top competition in that division. That was the whole thing in the first place. That's why he fought K. LaPlante. That's why he fought Demetrius Andre, because he hadn't done anything before that.
Okay. Using your logic, if
it's not my logic, it's just plain to see.
Hypothetically, if David Benevidez was to remain in the 168 pounds, who would he have to fight in order to get a shot at Canelo Alvarez?
Well, there's a few names. There's like David Morrell. There's and Billy. There's Shishkin. There's like 3 or 4 names that are right there. You know, just off the top of my head.
If he fought those 4 guys, then would you be okay with him getting a shot with Canelo Alvarez? If Canelo
again, I never had a problem with it. You guys keep saying that I want him to fight David Benavidez, but I'm just dismissing the Canelo haters, because that's what I've been doing. I'm saying if Canelo wants to do the Floyd Mayweather, make him wait, marinate the fight, I'm okay with it. That's what you're not getting. You're not understanding that we're okay with it, because we see the hypocrisy. We see that it's mostly cucks and Crips. You know, it's mostly Americans. What
does Crip stand for?
It's just like to denote people that are just haters. They're just haters.
What's that other term that you use?
A cuck.
What does
like
that mean?
Americans. It's like the self-hating Mexicans. It's like, other people that just hate Canelo Alvarez or hate Mexican boxing. Look, man, I tell you exactly how it is. We see Haney's, the Shakurs, we see the Crawfords, the Boots Ennises. They don't fight anybody. We say, these African Americans, they don't fight anybody. They don't fight each other. All these guys are at the top and they don't fight each other. It took Earl Spence and Bud Crawford like 4 years to make a fight, and nobody says anything. These guys, these cucks and these Crips, they rate them so high. They say they're the best, and they don't fight each other.
That's kind of like saying, why don't you call them what you really want to call them instead of just calling them cucks and Crips? Well, what you say around your home. What you say around your friends in private? That's what you should say.
And Crips. Cucks and Crips and African Americans, they don't fight each other.
Well, you don't say African. You don't say African American when you're not.
I do. I know what you're trying.
You use something else. Come on, bro.
No, I don't.
You use the N word. Don't lie.
I don't use the N word.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't use RER. No, we don't.
Yeah.
I don't. You never heard me say it here. I could. This is my channel. I could say it, but I don't. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, I hear you, man. At the end of the day, you saying these guys
you're not. You're obviously African American. Why don't these African Americans fight each other? Why do they consistently duck each other?
Okay. Now I'm trying to tell you the business. Let me explain to you how the business of boxing works. Canelo is a business within himself. He doesn't need a promoter. All he needs to say, hey, look, I want to fight. That's why you think he gets to fight 4 times a year. These other guys can't fight 4 times a year. You know why? Because they're not that big a draw. They don't draw like Canelo. They're not. Those guys that you just mentioned are not stars. So when you're not a star like a Boots Ennis, he can only fight when the network tells him he can fight. He can't call any shots. Canelo is a shot caller. That's why he gets to fight so much. Anthony Joshua is a shot caller. That's why they fight so much. These guys that fight once or twice a year, these guys aren't shot callers. That's how boxing works. You think these guys don't want to fight? You think these guys want to have a 14 months in between fights? They don't want that.
I think they don't mind. I think they're okay with
man. You out of your mind. No way in the world. No, I thought you knew boxing, man. I'm trying to tell you how the business of boxing works. I've been around this stuff all my life. If you are a shot caller, you call shots. Canelo is a shot caller. Because Canelo can fight 6 times a year if he wanted to. You know why? Because he has fans. They're going to support him and they're going to pay. Does Jerron Boots Ennis have a big fan base like that? No. He can fight 6 times a year, but he'll be fighting for $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. Yeah, you can stay active. But these guys are not big stars. They have to listen to they're emboldened to promotion company. They can't move until Al Heyman says, hey, it's okay for you to fight. Muhammad Ali said it's a thin line between an athlete and a slave. These guys control you. Don King control fighters. Bob Arum control fighters. They don't fight unless they say it's okay. That's how boxing works. If you're not a draw, if you're not putting any butts in the seats, you don't call no shots. You fight when they tell you to fight. You fight who they tell you to fight.
That's not necessarily true because, you know, like I said, you have a quartet of Devin Haney, Tank Davis, and Shakira Twitterson. They're all African Americans. They all get paid well, and they all got dates, and they continually not fight each other. Crawford, you know, he gets dates, he gets money, and he don't fight he's not gonna fight, and it's because it's another African American. They don't fight each other.
It's promotion companies. These guys want too much. You got Top Rank. You got Top Rank and PBC. They don't do business together unless it's a really big fight like a Deontay Wilder or a Tyson Fury. Then they'll come together and they'll make it work. But when you're dealing with these promotion companies, just like the PBC, most of their fights were in-house fights. They didn't go outside and fight the other promotion companies. That's why you always seen, you know, some of these fights that wasn't all that good.
I mean, some of what you said makes sense, but then a lot of it doesn't. A lot of it is they're being protected. You know, Shakira Twitterson is being protected. You know, Boots Ennis is being protected. He's getting paid to fight all these.
Who's Boots being protected from? Who should Boots be able to? Who's Boots being protected from? Who?
Well, he's 30 and no, he hasn't had a tough fight his whole career.
So who should he be fighting?
Huh?
Because let me tell you something.
He should be fighting Bud Crawford.
Let me let you in on a little secret right now. Just like I'm gonna go back to Canelo Alvarez. Those older champions, they done what they were supposed to do. They passed the torch. Shane Mosley passed the torch to Canelo Alvarez. Carlos Baldomir.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did pass the torch to him. He is a legend. He was a Hall of Fame fighter.
This passing the torch is nonsense. I heard you say before, but
you're
it's
not
just
listening,
nonsense.
bro.
Floyd Mayweather never passed the torch.
Look, man, you're in your 20s, man. I've been watching.
Floyd Mayweather never passed the torch, dude. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. This pass the torch. I mean, I've heard it said.
He fought Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez had a chance. He didn't win. If Canelo would have beat Floyd, that would have been the passing of the torch moment. He didn't. He came up short. On paper, he was supposed to beat Floyd. On paper, it didn't happen. So these guys like Boots. Let me tell you who Boots is supposed to have on his resume. Boots was supposed to fight Sean Porter. Sean Porter said, "I'm not fighting him." Verbatim, in quotation marks. He was supposed to fight Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia said, "I'm not fighting Boots." In quotation marks, out of their own mouth, they said it. Keith Thurman, you know, he don't even. When did the last time Keith Thurman fought? He doesn't even. You can forget about him. All those old guys, those old champions, were supposed to pass the torch to Boots Ennis, and they didn't. So then they say, "Well, who is Boots? Boots ain't fought nobody." Because them guys didn't fight him. That's why he didn't fought anybody. Whoever y'all say, "Oh, this guy's a nobody." Cody Crowley was supposed to fight Boots.
That's what I'm saying. He's okay with it. That's what you're not understanding. I'm telling you, he's okay with it.
Protect from who? Protected from who?
Dude, he's still getting paid to be. He's still getting paid.
Who at 147 could beat Boots?
Like Ruben Villa. He's getting.
Who at 147 could beat Boots? Who at 147 pounds can beat Boots?
Well, we thought. I mean, he could get beat by anybody.
Give me one fighter would be favored to beat
Emiliano Stanionis.
Man, you get put to sleep, man.
You don't know that. See, it's an African American bias. You're just biased for African Americans. It's fine.
No, he's a better fighter, man. Okay, hold on one second.
Fighters.
Okay, he's a Ukrainian, but either way, I think he was offered that fight. Stanionis turned it down. He was supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz.
You're just making that up, dude.
No, I'm not.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do know that. Stanionis was supposed to fight. Stanionis was supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz twice. Am I correct on that? Shake your head.
Yeah, he got hurt, and Virgil Ortiz
one of them, he couldn't make weight. He had to go to the hospital. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Fight never happened. They offered Stanionis Jerome Boots Ennis fight. Stanionis' team turned it down. They said they didn't want to fight.
Well, you have to provide proof.
I don't have time. I don't come on. I don't have.
Well, then I can make up anything too. Then I can just.
I don't have any reason. I mean, either way, who would be the favorite in that fight at Las Vegas?
It doesn't matter. I'm just.
It does matter, man. Because Las Vegas is normally.
No, you're trying to say nobody could beat him. Plenty of people could beat him. That's boxing, bro. They lose.
We talking about
right.
all the time. We said right now. You saying that he's being protected? I'm asking you, say, who is he being protected from?
No, what I'm saying is,
I'm asking you to provide somebody that he's being protected from. You saying he's being protected?
You have to.
Who are they protecting him from?
Saying. If you listen, I'm gonna tell you. Listen, he's definitely being protected. It doesn't get the big fights. Again, listen to what I'm saying. He's fought nothing but easy fights, right? So far, you would agree, right? He's been spoon-fed.
He fought what was in front of him.
Okay, so he's okay with that because he was making decent money. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't. Look, he's 30 and already. Like, what are we talking about? He's like an 8-year prospect. I mean,
same thing with Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia has a blown up padded record.
But that's not who we're talking about. Jaime Munguia sells tickets. That guy Ennis doesn't. So how is he headlining? How is he making money unless he's being protected?
Now you're moving the goalposts. Now you talking about you just brought up somebody being 30 and 0 and have not fought anybody. I'm asking you, saying he's protected. I'm saying who is he being protected from? Who is he being protected from? Who is Boots being protected from? And then every time I disagree with you, only thing you have to fall back on, you pull the race card out of your butt. I'm asking you logical questions. I'm asking you, who is Boots being protected from? I'm asking you.
I just said, listen, he's not anxious to fight the top guys. That's what I'm saying. He's okay.
Who are the top guys at 147? Who are the top guys at 147?
Spence, it was Crawford.
Spence didn't want to fight him. Spence, he was a mandatory. Spence said he wasn't fighting. He fought Bud Crawford.
Again,
next,
dude. How can I speak if you're not gonna let me speak? I let you speak without interrupting. You have to let me say what I'm saying. I'm gonna say what I'm saying. I need you to be quiet. Actually, because you just keep interrupting, so I'm gonna mute you. Okay. What Coach Eddie is not understanding, and what I'm saying, these Crips are protected. We know they don't fight each other. Okay, we know what time
Crips
it is.
mean nigger. If you put in translation, that means nigger.
Nah, see,
go ahead.
You said I need you to mute yourself because I'm muting you. Anyway, what I'm saying, Coach Eddie is wrong. What I'm saying, these African men, they don't fight each other. We know this. They're protected. Like Boots Ennis, he's been 2 years, 4 years fighting HBO, making decent money. He's not anxious to fight the big fights. You know why? Because he's making decent money fighting bums. That's called the reparations plan. Okay, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna make decent money doing that, then do it. He said Jaime Munguia, but exactly what Coach Eddie said. Well, he's not even a coach; he's just Eddie. What he said is that Jaime Munguia is a ticket seller, so he doesn't need to do that. He can fight whoever because he actually makes the money to sell tickets. Boots Ennis can make decent money fighting bums. That's what I'm saying. So he's not anxious to fight the tough fights, and that's the difference. So. I unmuted. I don't know. Eddie has to unmute himself if he wants to respond.
Okay, now you keep bringing up boxing. You keep bringing up race. You keep bringing up reparations. So I'm gonna ask you a question. What are reparations? What are reparations?
In strictly boxing terms, like when we're talking about Canelo Alvarez, is that everybody's chasing the Canelo Alvarez payday. That's why he says that, because that's the guy that he can make the most amount of money for. Now, when he signed with the PBC, let me finish. You asked me. No, listen for a change. Now, when we talk about reparations, we're saying these Charlo brothers, they couldn't make the money they were ever going to make unless they fought Canelo Alvarez. So he's helping them, and essentially, right? He could fight Munguia, he could fight whoever he wants and make them a rich man. But PBC, Al Heyman, they said, let me get my fighters paid first. So that's why they were trying to get the Charlos paid first, which made sense. They're not going to make David Benevidez and Alvarez right away, because then that would kind of be pitting two Mexicans against each other is not going to sell as well, putting a Mexican and an American, especially an African American. Those African Americans can never make the amount of money unless they're fighting a Mexican. Look at Ryan Garcia. Those Crips, Haney and Stank Davis, they couldn't make no money fighting each other. That's why they don't fight each other. Because you guys don't support. You guys don't support the sport. Crips don't support the sport. You said it yourself. That's why You try to say you cook me, and it's like you're a bum, bro. You say you don't even support your own. We at least support our own, and they can only make money fighting a Mexican, which is Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez, and that's why they avoid each other. I think they avoid each other because they don't want to lose, because they know they can't sell, and that's just what it is.
Man, let me say something real quick, bro. You are probably one of the most racist individuals I ever came across in my entire life, man.
How?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how.
You're a bum, though. You call me racist, but you're a bum. You're worse.
I want to. So you
don't even support. You're the biggest racist. You won't
let me. You won't let. I'm about to ask you. I'm about to answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question. Yes, sir. How are you racist? Because first of all, you say they, them, Crips, black guys came, reparations. All those are race baiting words. Reparations mean that you have damaged someone, and you are supposed to repair the damages that you've done. That's what the word reparations mean. Just like in the United States when they bombed Japan, they gave them reparations for destroying.
You want to talk boxing? Keep it boxing.
You don't want to keep bringing up reparations in boxing. Canelo has not destroyed any black fighter's career. Canelo does not owe any black fighter anything, so he has nothing to repair because he has done nothing wrong. Reparations mean you have wronged somebody. Canelo Alvarez has not wronged anybody. He's not guilty.
It's a euphemism. It's just a way of explaining
he's not guilty. Well, I'm just telling you how you sound extremely racist. Keep saying Crips.
That's not. It's explaining how the business works. Why are they chasing the Mexican?
It can be interpreted. No, you the one that inject.
Why are they always chasing the Mexican?
You inject racism
Canelo
in
Alvarez.
everything.
No, it's not racism. I'm explaining that they're all chasing a Mexican fighter. Why? Because we're the biggest supporters of boxing. They know who the biggest fan base is. It's racist for me to say Mexicans, period, are the biggest supporters of boxing. That's racist.
So Sugar Ray.
No, you're an African American. You said you stole the fights. That's why we call you Crips. You're a low life bum.
So Sugar Ray Leonard.
You got the fights.
So Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearn. They didn't make any money. They didn't make any money. I mean, black people generate a lot of money for boxing. They always have.
Not anymore. You don't support
boxing is a poor man's
Coach
sport.
Eddie, you're a low life Crip because you still the fight.
Boxing is don't say low life nigga. Say what you really want to say.
No, you're
go ahead and say it. I'm giving you permission.
If you say
I'm go ahead and say. Go ahead and say what you say on a day. Yes, you do. Go ahead and say what you say on a regular basis. Yes, you do. You do use it. I know you.
I don't say it.
Yes, you do.
You heard me say it.
You do.
Anyway, look, man, you gotta keep it clean, bro. I don't say
you say it all your time, bro. That's you do.
I don't condone racism.
You're a race baiter, man. You're a race baiter.
I'm anti-racism, bro.
Yes, you are. No, you're not. You are.
I said you're a low life. What I say, Crips are low life scum, and you're a Crip because you steal the fights. That's what you told me. You don't even. I bought Tank Davis.
No, you're
African American fighters. I bought Charlo's fight. I bought Charlo Canelo.
That doesn't matter.
No, I want to see.
It doesn't matter that you buy our music.
I'm just calling you a low life Crip because you steal the fights.
Music.
Coach Eddie, you don't steal the fights.
And I'm calling you a racist. So what's the difference? You're making a false allegation against me.
No, you asked me what it was, and I said you're a low life Crip because you steal the fights. It just goes to prove.
And I'm telling you, you're a racist because you're trying to.
They just take Canelo Alvarez because he's a Mexican.
And you're racist, and you're racist, and you're a bigot, and that's cool.
You don't deny Mexican Americans are the biggest supporters of boxing. Is that true or not?
Okay.
Is that true or not?
That's okay. I have no idea. I need to see numbers.
No, you talk about who sells tickets, and you said Canelo's a star. Well, what makes him a star is his fan base, who are Mexican Americans. We support the sport. We buy the fights. You don't, and that's what I was telling you about reparations. Right. They're all chasing Canelo. They're all chasing Ryan Garcia.
I think you should say. I want you to say you people. Say you people. That way you can go ahead and generalize everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what.
If I say you people, it just means like people who are biased.
I want
you're American, you're African American.
And I want you to say Crip. Here's another racist term. You say jigaboo. Put that in your repertoire.
I don't have to boot you if you keep saying this racist nonsense.
No, but you are racist, man. You love it. You're a race baiter. That's all you talk about is race.
I'm talking about the sport of boxing and how Mexican Americans support the sport of boxing. That's
You
why
call
Canelo
everybody
Alvarez
Crips,
fails.
and so what? And you saying Crips? And you say Crips and African
I
American.
said
You don't say
you're a
African
crib.
American.
You're a crib. You're a low life crib because you steal the fights. You said it. You don't even support your own. How is that? Look, I support Mexican boxing, Mexican
Bro,
American
don't
boxing
you
is number one.
understand that 99% of boxing you can watch for free? Everything is not on pay per view.
Exactly, because you're a low life
Everything,
crib. You're a
everything is
bum,
not on.
Eddie.
Everything is not on pay per view. Are you slow?
That's
Are
what I
you
said.
Are you remedial? Don't
You're
you
a
know
low
that
life crib.
Don't you know that
That's why I
ESPN
said the
puts on
term.
fights? Don't you know you can watch fights on ESPN and don't have to pay anything? It's on network television. Don't you know
Well, Coach
Showtime
Eddie, I
had
like to watch it. I like to pay for it. It's
Showtime
my hobby.
boxing,
It's my
Showtime boxing,
the
HBO
thing I like to
boxing.
do.
No, every fight is not a pay per view fight. Every
It
fight is
doesn't
not a
matter.
pay
You
per
still
view
need
fight.
a subscription.
I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
have
You
to. I
still
don't
need.
have to. I had a Showtime subscription. I watched Showtime because when it came on, I watched HBO boxing. There was not pay per view fight. All Triple G
Well,
fights
Eddie,
wasn't on pay per view.
I gotta tell you, man. I really gotta tell you, man, that well, somebody was trying to join. That the whole thing you're talking about, racism, race baiting, I think you're way off base, and you can't say that on my show, man. You want to be here, you can't say those racist terms. I don't say them.
But you constantly spewing racism all the time.
No, I called you a crib. You're a low life crib. I'm telling you, you're a low life crib. I'm not hiding it. I'm not saying it because you steal the fights. You said out of your own mouth, so it fits. If the shoe fits, wear it.
And if racism,
It's not racist for me to say that all these African
You
American fighters are chasing Mexican fighters. They're chasing Canelo Alvarez, they're chasing Ryan Garcia because we bring the fans. We bring people who actually buy the fights. You know why African Americans don't fight each other? Because you guys steal the fights. You said it. You're part of that demographic.
So how in the heck can you say one whole group of people steals fights?
It's proven. Devin Haney sold 35K. Where's all these supposed Devin Haney fans?
Do you believe that any Mexican people stole any fights?
Perhaps, but when Canelo Alvarez fights, when Ryan Garcia fights, he gets support. So the numbers prove it.
Have any Mexican people broken any laws in this country?
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the sport of boxing and why they're all chasing Mexican American.
You keep
why
trying
they're
to
all
get
chasing Mexican fighters.
you putting an entire race down, bro.
No, I'm saying why they're chasing Mexican fighters. You won't answer that. Why are they chasing Ryan Garcia?
You just said a whole entire
demographic.
You just said a whole entire
You
just said a whole entire demographic.
Why
that
are
would be like that would be like me. That would be like me. That would be the equivalent of me stereotyping
Coach
you.
Eddie.
I'm not.
Go ahead, stereotype. I don't.
I know you're a racist. You are a racist Mexican. That's what you are.
That's your perspective. I think you're a racist.
You are racist. I know you're racist.
I think you hate Canelo Alvarez because he's Mexican. I'm telling you.
And I think you hate black people because you're not black.
Hate black people. You can think what you want. I don't hate black people. I'm just telling
you do.
I'm asking you a question. Why are they all chasing Mexican fighters? Why is you're trying to chase Navarrete?
That's an easy fight. That's not a big money fight. That's an easy belt.
No, it's because he's a Mexican.
No, because it's an easy fight. That's why he wants to fight him. He knows he can beat him.
Mexican has a fan base. What are you talking about?
Because it's easy. That's an easy win for Shakur Stevenson.
I hate to tell you, but it's because Navarrete has a fan base and he sells fights. He headlines cards.
Bro, he's not a pay-per-view. Neither one of those guys are pay-per-view fighters.
But let me ask you,
neither one of them are.
But here's the question you can never answer. Let me ask the question you can try to answer. Why, number one, these African Americans, they all duck each other. And then on top of that, they're always chasing a Mexican fighter. Why are they all chasing Ryan Garcia and why are they all chasing Canelo Alvarez?
Man, didn't I just explain that to you, dog? I told you these fighters, they have advisors, they have promotional companies, they have managers. They fight. Them guys can't fight who they want to fight. They got to fight who their manager tells them to fight. Who the promoters tell them.
But why are they all chasing Mexican or Mexican American fighters?
Because in the business of boxing, black and brown has always sold. Always.
Why?
Roberto Duran.
Again,
Roberto, you're not listening. Roberto Duran.
Why don't they fight each other?
Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. That was a Panama, black versus brown. It's always sold. Black versus white is always sold because boxing is a very tribal sport.
Oh, okay.
Very tribal.
Now, it is tribal, right? But you call me racist because you say I'm race baiting and I'm racist because I'm talking about it. But you're saying it's tribal.
I know it's tribal. Let me
So
tell
then,
you
how do you have the nerve to come on my show and tell me I'm racist or race baiting when you're acknowledging it?
because for one, you using stereotype. You put you basically put Canelo in blackface. You put gold teeth in his mouth and the jerry curl on top of his head, which that is the stereotype of a black person. Thank you very much. Now that
It's
could
funny.
be misconstrued as racism. Yeah, it's funny. Well, ha ha ha.
It's not. It just means
Yeah.
that what I'm saying. I don't hide it. I said if Canelo
Yeah, you don't
Alvarez
hide the
was
fact that
Vanilla James,
that you're
no,
racist, and that's cool. I'm cool with
To
that.
me, it's obvious. If he was Canelo James, African Americans would worship him. They worship Crawford. They worship Floyd Mayweather. They worship Shakira.
Man, Crawford.
St. Davis.
Hold on. No. A lot of black people hate Crawford. They call him a slave. They call him top rate Toby. So
Well, anyway, he dropped off. I don't know if Gonzalo's on. Anyway, Coach Eddie, you have to watch the racist talk. You know, you can't be on here slandering. I don't do it. Coach Eddie, man, get your technology in line.
How's my audio?
Oh, okay, man. What's going on, Gonzalo?
Yeah, is my Wi-Fi coming in clear or not?
I think it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
What's up, man?
See how-
What's your take?
I don't know. Like there wasn't that many fights. This last weekend?
Yeah.
What day is it? Or Sunday or yesterday, Saturday for you guys?
Today is Sunday.
Yeah. Cepeda got knocked out in 2 rounds, I think, 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, he was done, man. Zepeda was cooked. Wasn't really much going on with this weekend. Yeah, it's a dull weekend, man. We just got the PBC fights, and then we're talking about Benevidez and Canelo.
What's the conversation about that? The same? Who's ducking who? Or
Yeah. Who's ducking who? You know what time it is. But the Saudi prince has said that he proposed that David Benevidez fight the winner of Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, and nobody says anything about it. Nobody cares. Like, I don't think he does it.
well, that's what he said.
Yeah. He said that David that he's willing to make David versus the winner of Artur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol.
I mean, to be honest, it makes no sense for David Benavidez to go back down now that he's fighting at 75 against Vosdick, because you can tell anybody that's like a larger guy. You can tell Bivol if can you make 68? He probably could. Bivol's been wanting to go down to 68 to fight Canelo, right? So it's like, not just because you're a big dude doesn't mean that big dudes can't shrink down and be weight bullies at other categories. Like, and that's what David Benavidez has been doing for maybe for the last year or two, because he's outgrown the division, babe. But if he can still make the weight, he's making the weight. But I mean, he's jumping up to 75 now, so it will look kind of like I'm chasing Canelo for the money or whatever. Like, because I'm a big guy, I want to bully this guy around. I don't know, man. In my opinion, he's just a large man. He's bigger than Canelo. And that's Canelo's biggest concern, the 25 extra pounds that dude's going to carry into the gym. And I know they're going to say, well, Canelo, he called out Usyk, he called out Makabu, he called out freaking Badu Jack. He's fought the smaller, where he was 19 pounds lighter. He's been the bigger guy against other guys, and he's also been the smaller guys when he fought what do you call it? The Smith brother, the big Callum Smith, and even Kovalev. So he's been on both sides of the coin. He's fought smaller dudes, he's fought bigger dudes, and he's called out bigger dudes. So why in the world a lot of people would wonder, wouldn't he face a David Benavidez if that just gonna outweigh him by 25 pounds, and he's been in those circumstances before on both sides of the coin? Well, I mean, this guy's undefeated. He's a young fighter. It would be a tough fucking fight. And if he could get 30 million, 40 million for facing other guys as opposed to David Benavidez, so I mean, why fucking fight him? If you're gonna fight David Benavidez, make it for more money. And he said, like he said, you give me 150 million to 200, I'll fight him tomorrow. And that is an exorbitant amount. But if he's proposing that and the people, they acquiesce, they're like, okay, we'll make it happen, then that's just a good business practice. Nobody can do it like that except Canelo. Maybe he's just fishing to see what happens.
Yeah, and even if that's true, man, I mean, the turkey said that Benevidez, that he wants, basically he just put it, he said he wants David Benevidez to fight the winner of Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. So now to me, David is gonna look like the big duck if he says no to this fight.
Yeah, he's kind of he'll probably say yes. David Benavidez doesn't seem to be scared of anybody, but he first got to get past through Bosniak.
Yeah,
he's never fought at 75, so we don't really know how he's gonna look. I think he'll look good. These fucking dogs are barking. Jesus.
I think he gets past Gabosdik. I mean, I don't think he'd be fighting that fight unless he knew it. But I highly doubt he fights the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. You know what I mean? And, you know, just that to me, like, look, I get what Canelo said. Canelo has a fight against Jaime Munguia. Look, like it or not, I mean, I don't know why we're talking about Benevidez and Canelo so much, because Canelo Alvarez has a fight. Benevidez doesn't. Like, supposedly he's going to fight Gabosdik. But we don't know yet. Like, they haven't announced it. Until they announce it, then it'll get more heated. But as of right now, he can fight the winner of Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol. And nobody seems to be talking about it. All I've heard is, Canelo Alvarez is ducking him. That's all I heard. But what about what David Benevidez is doing? He's not doing anything. Now, if he came out and he addressed this, what the prince said, then I'd be like, oh shit, he's the real deal. Like, sign me up now. Yeah, I'll fight the winner, fuck Canelo, let him do whatever he wants to do. Let me go get undisputed, and then I'll meet him sometime next year for undisputed versus undisputed. But look, man, I think David Benevidez's card got pulled. I think he's in between a rock and a hard place, and nobody seems to be talking about that. It's like all the focus is on Canelo Alvarez. The whole point about it is David Benevidez is doesn't want to make weight anymore. That's why he went up. If you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. He went up because he can't make weight anymore. So he played himself. He'll kill himself. He'll literally kill himself to make Canelo. But if it's against somebody else, look, if you're a 168 pounder, you're trying to contend for those belts, then you stay in that division.
I mean,
we hear the dogs, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're going fucking crazy. I don't know who's outside. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. That fucking fighting. Hold on. What the fuck is that?
I mean, it's not. I don't know why people are dismissing it. I mean, I don't even know why we're talking about.
Shut the fuck
up. Hey, mute your mic, dude. Like you gotta mute your mic. Okay. I don't even know why we're talking about Benevidez anymore fighting Canelo. They both got fights coming up. The only thing I wanted to address, and nobody's talking about, is David Benevidez being put in a position that he looks like a duck. And so far, I've got no answers to that.
I mean, I could respond to that. Talk is cheap, dude. Like, if Benevidez, I'll fight the winner of those guys. That carries no weight, really. Words are words. You can only fight one fight at a time. And sometimes as boxing fans, we're too quick to see what's going on, and one day we might be saying something, but then the next day, if they haven't really fought until they fight, we can't really change this. The plot remains the same. So if Benavidez knocks out fucking Bosniak and he looks like a badass, then in the ring he says, okay, I'll fight Beterbiev, and that's something that he said out of his mouth that carries some sort of weight. But until he ends up fighting the winner of those two guys, Bivol and Beterbiev, it is what it is. I mean, we can talk about it and like this and that, but it really changes nothing. People are always going to have their perspectives. Even if Benavidez said, oh, yeah, I'll fight those guys, or if he remains quiet, I wouldn't call it a duck, and I wouldn't say, well, he's brave, because a lot of people say a lot of shit, like Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, everybody ducking me, but then when he fights and gets in the ring, based off his last performance and looks like shit, we know that was a bluff. So fighters can say anything they want to say. Sometimes it will be a bluff, and sometimes, I mean, yeah, they can sound confident. It could be authentic, but really, I mean, nobody really knows, not even the fighter, until he gets in there. Obviously, the fighter going to believe in himself.
And yeah, I hear what you're saying, but okay, so Gonzalo, you said, yeah, we don't know. I mean, they both got fights coming up. He has a fight. Supposedly, we don't know yet if he's fighting Gvozdyk, so he's not going to talk about this proposal. But if he's calling out Canelo, even though he has a fight coming up, then that's the same thing. Then if you're
no, because he's been a mandatory. He's mandatory in that other division, so he just got tired of waiting.
Either that or he can't make weight anymore.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
I agree with everything you saying, man. You speaking 100% facts right now.
Like, I think he could make weight because he's been wanting to fight Canelo. So he's training with Memo Angel Heredia. I think that's what his name is. Actually, was going to get him on the show like about a year ago, but first time he canceled, and the next time it was, I don't know, like I told Butcher, I don't really care, he said. But I had him ready. Angel Heredia, Memo Heredia. Yeah, he's a that's a science nowadays, how to cut weight. He can make anybody cut down to the weight. But does that mean you're gonna be healthy for it? Who knows? Especially if David Benevidez goes up to 75 and he goes back down to 68. He might be depleted in the latter rounds, man. And maybe Canelo's kind of banking on those things too. Okay, you want to be a weight bully? Let's wait you out a little bit longer. Make it to have it to where you're starving yourself every day and feeling uncomfortable just to be walking around stone's throw away from 168. But now that you moved up to 75, and then a year later, or maybe 6 to 8 months later, you're trying to cut back down to 68. Good luck. How you're gonna feel every day during training camp? Just miserable, and then you're just gonna be depleted because you're gonna be weak in the latter half of the fight.
All right, that's a good point you just made, and just to pivot back to what Canelo used to do. Well, at the Canelo weight, he done the same thing. He done the same thing to Ryan Rhodes. He done the same exact thing to Matthew Hatton. Canelo, when he was weighing at 155, and he will rehydrate back up to 182 pounds, putting on 27 pounds over the contracted weight. So he's done it himself also. He was a weight bully at 155. But now he's the A side. He don't have to do all that. But he was being a weight bully over people that he clearly was going to beat. Ryan Rhodes, Matthew Hatton, and still went 12 rounds with these guys.
I mean, he was 19 pounds heavier than Amir Khan. Josecito Lopez was a blown up 140 pounder. I mean, yeah, he made the weight, but he looked pudgy. And I mean, he's also fought big guys, like I mentioned earlier. He's fought Callum Smith, and
but that's the thing. He's always been.
He put a rehydration clause on him. He put rehydration clause on Danny Jacobs. Put a rehydration clause on Sergey Kovalev and Callum Smith.
He also fought Dimitri Bivol, the 75 pounder. I mean, he lost, but hey,
well, Canelo's always been a big guy. Canelo always 182, 184 pounds. He was fighting middleweight, 182, 184 pounds.
He's stocky. He's got a big back, and
he always came in the ring anywhere from 178 to 182 pounds. That's just usually where he would rehydrate at.
Yeah,
but David
hydration clause.
Huh?
Callum Smith didn't have a rehydration clause. I guess Eddie said that.
And I don't know, Danny Jacobs, I think the IBF title may have stipulated the 10 pounds.
The IBF stipulates that. But either way, he's still a smaller guy. Like you can never say that he's not the smaller guy. He started off at like 147 and he's going up to 168. But I mean, look, man, throw all that out the window. He still did it. He still won the belts at those divisions. Who else did that? Floyd Mayweather never went undisputed. Why? Because he didn't want to fight Kell Brooks. He didn't want to fight Queef Thurman. He didn't. How is Floyd Mayweather the best ever? And he didn't never win undisputed, but now they want to bash Canelo Alvarez.
Man, see, that's do the belts really mean anything at the end of the day?
Well, they do now. If David, that's his claim to fame is, they want the belts. He wants the belts. Well, then go fight somebody. Go fight Dimitri Bivol. Go fight Artur Beterbiev. That's the whole point that you guys are missing.
Hey, but at the same time, he hadn't got an opportunity yet. So it's not. It's not. It's not a duck until they offer the fight and he turns it down.
He's already been offered the fight.
No, he hadn't even won the fight yet. He's not in the position to fight Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev because he hadn't even won the fight in front of him. If he wins that fight and that fight presents itself, see, in order for something to be a duck, the fight had to present itself first, and you got to turn it down. That's an official duck. The fight has not presented itself yet. So until that fight presents itself, and he either says yes or no, you can't call him a duck. If the fight presents itself and he turns it down, then you can say he ducked it because he has no reason to duck that. It's a great opportunity. He's probably going to make over $10 million to fight those fights, and he's going to get a shot at undisputed for all the belts in your second fight at light heavyweight. That's a pretty sweet deal.
I doubt he does. And if he was serious, he would have put his hand up. I mean, he's been chasing one guy for the past 4 years. He's been chasing one guy. He hasn't done anything. And I call it a duck if he hasn't raised his hand. I mean, the guy, the Turkey Ali said, okay, I'm willing to do that. And he's been radio silent. So, yeah, it is a duck. You can say, well, he has a fight in front of him. Well, then why are you calling out Canelo Alvarez if you already have a fight in front of you? See, it's you want it both ways.
He just pissing on Canelo Alvarez, he's not calling him out.
But you're trying to use that against Canelo Alvarez. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to use that against Canelo Alvarez.
He's trying to piss on Canelo Alvarez because he's frustrated with Canelo Alvarez.
No, but you as a fan, because you hate Canelo Alvarez, you're trying to use that against him. And you always say, and by your own words, your own logic, well, he has a fight in front of him. Well, Canelo has a fight in front of him. David has a fight in front of him. Why is he still chasing Canelo Alvarez? Now, this other fight is presented to him, and he goes radio silent. So he's ducking the winner of Beterbiev Bivol. Otherwise, he would have raised his hand and said, okay, fuck Canelo. I'm going after that fight.
I mean, you could say Canelo Alvarez ducked the rematch with Bivol because he did.
He didn't, but see, that's where you're wrong. Look,
man, he didn't. Hold on, wait, back up. Hold on, back up. So you saying that Canelo did not duck a rematch with Dimitri Bivol?
Absolutely not. No.
Dimitri Bivol said he. Hold on, wait.
I know what you're gonna say.
Dimitri Bivol said he would come down to 168 to fight Canelo for all the belts. Canelo said no.
Yeah, as he should have.
That's a duck.
That's not a duck.
Man, you got your
belt. No, okay. He wanted the belt at 175. He wanted to take his belt. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Why would
this man said he's willing to come down to fight you in your weight division.
No,
to give you an advantage. To give Canelo an advantage.
Dimitri Bivol priced himself out. He didn't want the rematch.
They didn't even pay Dimitri Bivol for months after that fight, but that's neither here or there. The man said, I will come down to 168 to fight you for all your belts, Canelo Alvarez.
That wasn't Alvarez the point of him going up to 175. That wasn't the point of it.
That's called Canelo don't want to lose those belts. He don't want to lose those belts. He didn't want to lose those belts. This man said, I will put myself at a disadvantage.
No.
This man said, I will put myself at a disadvantage. See, you're protecting Canelo. You have no answer for that, bro.
It's not. No, I'm telling you. If you let me speak, I'm telling you. The reason he said that is because he doesn't want the excuse Dimitri Bivol could use about, he made me come down to 160. Just how you're saying he put a rehydration clause is the same thing they're going to say. No, your whole argument, he fought bigger guys, he made a rehydration. Well, then you're gonna say, because you're a low life Crip, is he made Dimitri Bivol come down to 168. Oh, he tried to weight drain him. That's what you're gonna say. So
But
said,
all
no,
you
he didn't want
Canelo fans used it. Oh, well, Dimitri Bivol was too big. That was the excuse
no,
y'all
nobody
made.
said that. It wasn't.
Man, people saying that all the time, man.
That I'm not saying that. Is look, he went up, he lost. What's the big deal? We don't care. It's your Crip logic that tries to use that. Oh, he ducked him because he wanted to come down to 168. But by your own Crip logic, you said, oh,
okay. Now I have a question for you. How can you speak? How can you speak respectfully to the Latino or the Mexican guy that was just on? But with me, you just gonna call me a Crip. I hadn't called you out your name. I hadn't done nothing.
You are a low life Crip. I told you.
Now you insulting me. You didn't insult the other gentleman that came on. But as soon as he said the exact same thing. He said the exact same thing that I said. You didn't say one word. As soon as I say the exact same thing that he said, now I'm a low life Crip.
I did not say the exact same thing.
I'm a low life Crip.
And I
specifically
explained
you're a racist.
Why you're a low life.
I'm out, man.
Because
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Okay,
man. You're a racist.
Good.
Bro. Peace, man.
Okay. Well, you are too. Well, look, we got rid of that low life Crip, and look, man. You know why? Because he said he steals the fights. That's what happened. He steals the fights. He doesn't want to buy fights, and he said what he said. That's why we say it. If anybody ever has a reason, replay Coach Eddie. He said, I don't buy fights. I don't support David Benevidez, but he wants to argue and trash Canelo Alvarez. And he never would answer. He never would answer why all those Crips are chasing Canelo Alvarez. Because he's a Mexican. That's why. Why are they chasing Ryan Garcia? Because they're Mexicans. Look, man, it's not race stuff. He said that people are tribalistic. Coach, how am I racist? I let you on. I let you speak for an hour. If I was racist, I'd say, I'm not letting this black guy on. You're welcome back as soon as if you get over that. Look, Coach, if I was racist, I would not let you on here. Think about it. If I was truly racist, I would never even let you speak. I'm free speech, bro. I'm free smoke. I'm free speech. Everybody's welcome. I let you on here. If I said, oh, I don't want no black people, I don't want their opinion, then I would have booted you. But you booted yourself, man. You were saying, you're calling me a racist. But again, if I was racist, I would have never let you on. I just told you that they're chasing the Mexican fighter. That's what I seen. I seen that it's mostly African Americans and cucks or biased Americans that hate Canelo Alvarez. That's just what I seen. You know what I'm saying? And you proved it. I said, have you ever bought a David Benevidez fight? You said no. You never bought a David Benevidez fight. I mean, and I don't think you're a coach, Eddie, because you said that it's all fake. You said it's WWE. Those were your words. Yeah, Jay Will is on. Well, I don't know, Jay Will. If it's boring, I don't know why you listen. I think, look, man, you're gonna get all kinds. You're gonna get Crips. You're gonna get cucks. You're gonna get, Mexicans. You're gonna get Americans. You're gonna get African Americans. You're gonna get Asians. Everybody's welcome. It's free smoke. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the link. And again, Eddie, I gotta ask you, Eddie, because I don't appreciate it. You came on last week and you're on here again. So if coach the other guy on the panel was African American, yeah, I allow everybody. I don't discriminate. See, racism implies discrimination. I don't discriminate. I allowed you, Eddie, to say what you wanted to say. You just could not rebuttal what I said. This is my second race baiting. Race baiting. It's not race baiting. Coach Eddie said that he doesn't buy fights. He said it's tribalistic. And that's what I said. Mostly what I've seen is African Americans hating on Canelo Alvarez. That's just tribalism. I mean, why I said that? It's because they accepted Devin Haney, Stank Davis, Shakir Twitterson, Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, Boots Ennis, all these top, the Chardos, all these top African American fighters. They don't fight each other. They don't. Floyd Mayweather, he talked about passing the torch. Why didn't he fight another African American, Keith Thurman? He didn't fight Earl Spence. No, Eddie. I mean, damn, Blaze, salute Blaze. I didn't call him, the only reason I call him a low life is because he said he steals the fight. That's why. What is that, Eddie? You're welcome anytime, dude. If I hated you, Eddie, because you were African American, I would not even speak to you, right? I would not give you a voice. See, that's what you're not understanding. I'm giving you a voice. I'm saying, come up here and challenge me, right? If I had anything to hide, you know what a true racist or race baiter would do? They would not allow you to speak your mind because they don't want to be challenged because they know that their opinions don't hold weight. I get it, man. I get it. The only thing I was asking you was that why don't these African Americans fight each other? Which just goes to prove my point that they're all chasing Mexican American fighters. Mexicans are Mexican Americans, in case in point, Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia. It just is what it is, man. Mexican Americans are the biggest fan base in boxing. We support the sport. We support Canelo Alvarez. We support, well, I don't know about Ryan Garcia, but the Navarretes, the Valdezes, Munguia. Munguia sells because his fans support him. That's all it is. Coaches wiffle ball. Yeah, man. No. Again, for the last time, I need to put a disclaimer, man. Crib, it can be anything. Crib it can be Mexican American. There's Mexican Crips, there's Asian Crips, there's white Crips. The Crips is nationwide, Snoop Dogg made it popular, right? They're all around the world. The UK, Asia, they're everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It just means like what you're saying, man. What you're trying to say is you don't support the fights, you don't buy the fights, and that's all I'm saying, man. I bought Tank Davis fights. I have a hard time trying to buy a Devin Haney fight just because he's boring. But I have the DAZN, I have ESPN. You say you don't have anything, you steal all the fights. You can't be respected because you don't support the sport. It must close exactly. Look, man. That's what I'm saying. But back to boxing, man. Coach Eddie, I think he's in his feelings. I called him a lowlife because he steals the fights. That's why. That's the only reason. And, back to boxing, man. We're kind of talking about David Benevidez. How do you guys feel about Zsyu, Fundora, and Rolly Pitbull? And again, what do you notice about the fight? And I'm going to trigger Eddie and anybody who feels about Eddie. What happened? It was Tim Zhu and Queef Thurman. Queef Thurman supposedly has an injury and he pulls out, right? My guess is because it was due to low ticket sales. This is the PBC's first event. Scumbag crib, yeah. If I had a channel kept saying blueberry pickers, I'm talking about, even though lots of you can then do it, man. You can say what, and I don't say it. I say African Americans. That's why I notice always dissing Canelo Alvarez. I don't say it. I'm saying the crip thing is when they say they don't buy fights and there's little tactics that they use. And I'm saying if he was Canelo James, then they would love him to death. That's just an opinion. That's not nothing new, right? Yeah. Exactly. Why? Because it was low ticket sales, because they knew they were going to support. So what do? And here's just to prove my point. Look at the names. Fundora, a Mexican. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, a Mexicano. Rolly is, I think he's half. Why are they stacking this card with Mexican or Latinos? And then you have Tim Zhu, the white boy. There's no African American to be seen here. Because they know, like Coach Eddie, the low-life crip that he is going to steal the fight. Right? Why are they throwing... Yeah, I agree, Pounds. Why were they so anxious to get Queef Thurman out of there and put Fundora Mexican? Because he's Mexican. Because they know Mexicans will buy the fight. We'll see Cruz, we'll see Fundora, Romero, right? Against the white boy. We're like, yeah, man, let's get it. Look, they're not stupid. The PBC's not stupid. Why did the PBC throw all their money at Canelo Alvarez? Because he's a Mexican. Are they throwing all that money at Crawford? Well, there you go. Coach Eddie, answer me that. You think it's a race thing or race baiting? Why did they not throw all their money at Cripford and say, hey, man, we'll pay for the boots in this fight. We'll give you and Boots a shit ton of money. Let's get this Crip pay-per-view going. Why? Because people like Coach Eddie, low-life Crips, are going to steal the fight. That's why. They say, hey, man, let's put Fundora, Isaac Cruz, and let's get this pay-per-view going. Because they know we're going to buy the fights. We're the ones that come in and say, hey, this is the Mexicans fighting. It's going to be a good scrap. Let's get it. That's just common sense, dude. It's common sense to say, hey, Canelo's a Mexican. Let's get these African Americans paid. Let's get the Charlos paid, and then hold David out. Let's have David on Tank Davis undercard because he's a Mexican. We can sell to the Mexicans, right? We can sell Tank Davis to the Mexicans because we're gonna have David Benevidez on the undercard. It's pretty standard. It's pretty logical, right? No, Quentin, salute Quentin. Like, comment, subscribe. If anybody wants to jump in, hit the link. You know, I appreciate everybody coming in. It was getting a little slow, but we're picking back up. Rapid destroyed the white TBC. Maybe, man. Maybe. Yeah, man, it's just common sense. Look, they paid Canelo Alvarez at the yin yang because they need that to sell their pay-per-views. They can't sell a Bud Crawford fight. And he don't want to fight anybody. I think he's comfortable. But anyway, without the race baiting, how do we feel about Zsyu Fundora, man? Does Fundora even have a chance, man? The last time I seen him is getting slept. Look, I told you about that, man. Don't be promoting the bunk ass shit. Why Cribs just say black people don't? I said it. I said African Americans like Eddie don't support. The Crip is the low life shit, like always hating. That's where it comes from. You guys are obsessed with this, and I explained it a million times, and you've proven my point. Again, if I really had those inklings or was racist, I would not allow anybody on there who I thought or said anything to the number one, hated Canelo Alvarez in Mexican boxing, or number two was pro-black. Like, anybody's welcome, bro. That's how you know it's different here. You know what I'm saying? And then Rolly and Pitbull is a good fight, man. It's a hell of a fight. And then we have Oscar Valdez. What else do we have? We have the Oscar Valdez fight. Damn, where is it? So, and then also the weekend we have Valdez and Wilson, the Sinisi and Valle. Again, Mexican headlines. Why is that? Then we have Zurdo Ramirez, Mexican headlines, right? It is what it is, man. I mean, look, man, I can say it, but it is what it is, man. That's just how it goes. We kind of unpacked the David Benevidez duck and talk. Is David Benevidez gonna find his nuts? You know, are we gonna get this? Better be Benevidez. We're gonna get a round table. Are we actually gonna get this? Better Benevidez versus the winner of Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev. Canelo fights Munguia, and then he fights the winner of that. Could we see that? I mean, there's a lot of interesting things, man. Then we have Fundora and Zsyu. But we're at 2 minutes, man. It looks like, you know, if anybody else wants to hop on. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the link. Share it with your folks. You know, Eddie, man, if you're still listening, man, it's no hard feelings. I don't know why you got upset. You should just stand strong, Eddie. I never said anything, you know, vulgar. You did, but I didn't. Oh, well, Jay, well, you're here listening and watching. So, you know, you're welcome too, man. Again, I would have blocked you guys a long time ago, you know. But I'm going to keep doing it, man. I'm keep saying it. You know, Mexican-American boxing, we are the biggest supporters of boxing. That's why Canelo Alvarez is on top. That's why they're using Munguia and Benevidez to bring him down. But, you know, we're still going to fight the fights. We're still going to, you know, watch Zsyu Fundora, Rolly Pitbull Cruz, Oscar Valdez, Zurdo Ramirez. We got a lot of things going on, man. But I think Frank Day is gonna call it a day, unless somebody else wants to join on. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. We did a good show. Next week, I may do it midweek or end of the week. You know, Friday, Thursday, we can talk about our predictions. Do a little prediction show breakdown. Probably gonna do a couple videos on that, just to get some comments, get everything going. But all right, man. I think we cooked Eddie. Eddie got pissed off. He ran off crying, took his ball home. And, you know, want to thank everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the link, you know, and we'll see you in well, I'll put out the noti, man. Like, comment, subscribe. OG, loyalty. What do you mean? Loyalty? There's no loyalty here, man. They're not loyal to me. I don't know. I mean, I don't ever really care, man. Look, man, you guys like who you like. It is what it is. you know. But will Benevidez find his nuts? And who do you guys think wins Zsyu Fundora and Rolly Pitbull? So Frank Bay is gonna call it a day, call it a night. Enjoy your Sunday, drink some beers for me. Been having a couple brewskis myself, and we'll have to catch you on the next one. We out.
If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her. If a girl says you have nice hands, it's probably because she wants you to choke her.
I just took a fat shit on a small toilet, and I wanted to remind you that you can do hard things. I just took a fat shit on a...
That's like a Raptor 700, bro. Is it
A
fast?
Raptor 700? Dude, that's sissy stuff. This is a Polaris 350, bro. Dude, this thing is hotter than a $5 pizza. Dude, I fit all kind of women on this thing. If she ain't 280, she ain't a lady. If she ain't 310, she ain't a win. And if she got a double chin, give her to a friend. Dude, I be always riding, dude. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna get into. I don't even know how to live life without being successful.
That's like a Raptor 700, bro. Is it fast?
A Raptor 700? Dude, that's sissy stuff. This is a Polaris 350, bro. Dude, this thing is hotter than a $5 pizza. Dude, I fit all kind of women on this thing. If she ain't 280, she...
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich. You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich. You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh, excuse me. It was my keys. Yes.
This is my last fight on ESPN. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is why this fight means everything to me. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them. I brought Bud Light to Top Rank. If they want the black fighters, they could keep them.
What are you talking about? Huh?
What did you make of his comments, the Mexican thing? I didn't really understand it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm a flat-footed Mexican fighter. Look, if you're calling me a Mexican fighter, I find that as a compliment, you know?